Hi, Sanger Sons. It's Mrs. Gloom, and I'm going to be reading Valentine's Day from the Black Lagoon. Written by Mike Fowler, illustrated by Jared Lee. Chapter 1. Love. Yuck. Valentine's Day is a week away. Mrs. Green says we're going to have a party, and if that's not bad enough, we have to exchange Valentine cards. With girls. Yuck. I'm too young for this. I know how it goes. First, you give a girl a Valentine card, and then she wants to hold your hand, and before you know it, you're married. And what if I give one to a girl who doesn't give me one back? Oh, the pain. Oh, the hurt. Oh, the embarrassment. Oh, the rejection. Maybe I can be out sick on Friday. Heart sick. Chapter 2. Artichokes. On the school bus, Penny and Dora sit down on either side of me. They start telling me about their dolls. I'm moving. I go to the back of the bus, but they follow me. T-Rex, our bus driver, tells us to stop changing seats, so I'm stuck with them for 8 blocks. What do they want? "Who are you going to give a valentine to, Hubie?" asked Doris, fluttering her eyelashes at me. The heart is out of the bag. "I don't know," I answer. "My name has 2 N's," says Penny. Now she flutters her eyelashes at me. "I know," I reply. "My name doesn't have any N's," blurts Doris. "That's nice," I answer. Luckily we arrive at my stop and I bolt for the door. I'm out and still single. They're both waving and winking at me from the back window as the bus pulls away. The pressure has already started. Chapter 3. Matters of the Heart. As soon as I get home, I explain the situation to my mom. She says that I should be flattered that they fluttered. "But Mom, I can't give both of them a card," I say. "It would be big of me." "When I was a little girl, I had a crush on Henry Stillman," replies Mom. "I followed him around everywhere. Then on Valentine's Day, he gave a card to Nancy Dringle. It broke my heart. Until I got a card from Freddie Farkle. I didn't even know he liked me." "What happened?" I ask. "He was hurt because I didn't give him a card." "It sounds like a mess," I say. "It's called love, Hubie." Chapter 4. What is this thing called love? That evening I watch some TV and try to find out what love is. I watch The Love Boat, Love Story, and the Valentine's Day Massacre. Boy, love is messy. I'd like to go to Tibet and sit in a cave until Valentine's Day is over. I'll come back for Christmas. Chapter 5. Eat Your Heart Out. Later that night, I have a heartmare. A mad scientist named Dr. Love injects a chicken heart with some growth hormones. It's in a jar, beating loudly. But soon it fills up the jar, lifts the lid, and bubbles out all over the counter. Now Dr. Love has his heart on his sleeve, and soon he's absorbed in his work. But the heart keeps growing with every beat, and now it fills the room. It breaks through the wall and thumps out onto the highway. It squashes lots of cars, which turns into a major traffic jam. I'm home and in bed, and I hear a loud thumping. I peer out the window to see this giant heart coming down my street, murmuring, "Hubie, Hubie, Hubie, wake up! It's time for school." Phew, it's only Mom. Chapter 6. Stoneheart. On the school bus, I don't sit near any girls. All of us guys huddle in the back of the bus. "So," says Eric, "who are you going to give your Valentine card to?" "I'm giving mine to Penny," says Derek. "I'm giving mine to Doris," says Randy. "I'm baking cookies for everyone," says Freddie. "What about you, Hubie?" everyone asks. Suddenly the bus is quiet. All heads turn toward me. My heart is in my mouth. "I don't know," I mumble. "Well, that's a half-hearted answer," replies Eric. "Take heart," comments Derek. "Let's get to the heart of the matter," says Randy. I think I'm having a heart attack. Chapter 7. Cupid is Stupid. In art class, we all have to make hearts. Each one has to be the same shape and either red or pink. Yuck! I say I want to make a green-colored square one. Mrs. Swamp, our art teacher, says, "No, only a heart shape in either pink or red." The shape doesn't have a lot of room for creativity. Well, at least I'll draw a dinosaur on mine. "No," says Mrs. Swamp, "a dinosaur is not appropriate. You can either draw a cupid or flowers." Double yuck. I'd rather eat worms. Mrs. Swamp says we can't even draw any veins or blood. This is not freedom of expression. I feel wounded. I think I need a purple heart. Chapter 8. A Change of Heart. Back inside our classroom, everything suddenly changes. Mr. Bender, our principal, brings in a new student. Her name is Tiffany Hart. She has blonde curls, blue eyes, and pink lips. She is beautiful. I think I really am having a heart attack. I look around. All the other guys are looking at her too. Their eyes are bulging and their mouths are wide open. Hey, I saw her first. I feel jealous already. There's an empty seat next to me, I blurt out. Mrs. Green brings her over and gives her the desk next to mine. Tiffany smells like flowers. I sniff the air. My name is Tiffany, she says with a smile. My name's Tiffany too, I say. Hubie. Nice to meet you, Hubie, she says, holding out her hand. I can't shake it. My hand is sweating. I wipe it on my shirt and we shake hands. Wow, it's like putting your fingers into an electric socket. I can't let go. She smiles again and flutters her long eyelashes. I'm falling, falling. I'm falling in love. Chapter 9. Heart Dreams. I'm ready to slay dragons for her, climb mountains, and swim the seven seas. I'd even marry her if she asked me. Of course, I'd have to ask my mom first. We can't elope, because then we'd be melons. At lunch, she sits with the girls. Traitors. I try to hear what they're saying. All I hear is giggling. Uh-oh, I just ate my napkin. Well, I wasn't hungry anyway. My stomach is on a trampoline and my heart is on my sleeve. I look around. None of the guys are eating either, except for Freddie. Nothing stands between him and food. And now he's eating everyone else's lunch too, but no one cares. Hey, they're all in love with my girl. But how can I win her heart? There are no dragons to slay, no mountains to climb, and no seas to swim. I know. I'll make her an incredible Valentine's Day card. But first I have to go to the library and do a little research. Chapter 10. Researching the Heart. After lunch I go visit Miss Beamster, our librarian, and tell her my problem. She gives me a book called Romance Through the Ages. It starts with the Stone Age courtship. If a caveman loved a cave lady, he'd grab her by the hair and drag her off to his cave. I could try that at recess, but I think I'd get sent to the principal's office. And what if she's wearing a wig? In the Middle Ages, knights would save their ladies from dragons. I knew that. In the Romantic Age, guys would put their jackets over muddy puddles so that girls wouldn't get their feet wet. If I brought home a muddy jacket, my mom would kill me. Men also wrote a lot of poems. It was the age of puddles and poems. Then later, troubadours would play guitars and sing under a lady's balcony. I wonder if Tiffany has a balcony. I don't play the guitar, but I'm taking piano lessons. In modern courtship, men send flowers, candy, and diamond rings. With my allowance, I could give her a chocolate chip cookie. Boy, courtship sounds like a real trial. Chapter 11. Happily Never After. In class, Mrs. Green tells us stories about the famous romances. There are Romeo and Juliet. They fell in love, but their families didn't get along. Juliet had a balcony, but it still didn't work out. Then there was Antony and Cleopatra. She was bitten by a love bug, but unfortunately she was also bitten by a snake. Love is an enormous mess. I hope it gets better for Tiffany and Hubie. Chapter 12. Pouring Out Your Heart. After school, I empty out my piggy bank and go to the art store. I turn into a romantic. I buy the biggest piece of pink paper I can find. This is going to be larger than the monstrous chicken heart from my nightmare. I buy lace, silver, glitter, and glue, and I have enough money left over for a blue pen. I tell the salesman it's all for my mother. I carefully carry everything home, get a pair of scissors, and lock myself in my room. I cut out a giant heart. What a wonderful shape! What a beautiful color! I take my new blue pen and I draw Cupid. As I remember, a Cupid is a little baby with wings, wearing a diaper and holding a bow. He shoots arrows into your heart and you're in love. That's the way I feel about Tiffany. What a beautiful name. I just love to say it. Tiffany, 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 I exclaim. Cupid has hurled a harpoon into my heart. Chapter 13. Cut to the quick. On the school bus in the morning, Tiffany is sitting between Eric and Derek. She's smiling at both of them, and she doesn't even notice when I get on. I sit down 2 rows behind them. Eric is telling her jokes. She's laughing. How could they do this to me? I hate Eric. His jokes aren't even funny. Besides, I've heard them all before. Derek is showing off. He's pulling out all his baseball cards. I really hate him if he shows her his 1952 Mickey Mantle rookie card. Then I'm sunk. Tiffany doesn't even turn around to look at me. Now I hate her. When the school bus stops, I walk right by her. I'll show her. I won't even say hello if she says hello. She doesn't even bother. That's it. We're through. The dragons can have her. She can climb up her own mountains. She can swim across her own sea. I want a divorce. Chapter 14. Heartburn. At lunch, Tiffany sits down next to me. I get up and move my tray to another table. That'll teach her a lesson. Now she's sitting at a table alone. Good. That'll teach her to break my heart. There's a tear running down her cheek. I'm about to go back when Eric and Derek sit down next to her. In no time she's laughing. It's probably the same joke she heard this morning. She wipes her cheek and puts her nose in the air. Falling in love is easy. It's landing that's hard. I've lost Tiffany for good, and now I'm stuck with a 4-foot-tall Valentine card. Chapter 15. Heartfelt. I don't talk to anyone for the rest of the day. When a heart breaks, it leaves sharp pieces. I head straight home after school. It's good to get back home, into my own room, and into my own bed. I think I'll become a hermit. I'll go live in a cave, one without bats. My friends will all be sorry. One day they'll miss me. I start to daydream. Eric will ask, "Whatever happened to Hubie?" "He missed the Valentine's Day party," Derek will answer. "I still have his cookie," Freddie will announce. "Let's go find him," they will all agree. So they'll set out to find me. They'll swim a sea, they'll climb a mountain, and they'll find me sitting on a stalagmite. Or is it a stalactite? I can never remember which one hangs from the ceiling and which one grows up from the ground. "We miss you," they will say. "Won't you come back?" they will plead. "We have a heart-shaped cookie for you," Freddie will say. "It got a little wet when we swam the sea, but it's still good." "Whatever happened to Tiffany?" I will ask. "Oh, she married Henry Stillman," they will answer. "My mom was in love with Harry Stillman," I will say. "Love is very confusing." "No, it's simple. You are our friend and we love you." They will all shout with huge smiles. Freddie will hand me a soggy cookie. "Hey, tomorrow's Valentine's Day." I get a pair of scissors. I've still got a lot of work to do. Chapter 16. With all one's heart. Mrs. Green has decorated our room with lots of hearts. Freddie's cookies are on a paper heart-shaped party platter. We sing the old Beatles song, "All You Need Is Love." Now it's time to exchange cards. I have one for everyone in our class. I hand them all out. I'm glad that I bought such a big piece of paper. Many hearts came from one. I even give a card to Mrs. Green. It makes her smile. I wrote on it, "Roses are red, violets are blue. I want to be a teacher just like you." I did get some cards too, including one from Tiffany. But you know what I learned? It's really more important what you give than what you get. Also, I learned that a big heart goes a long way.